Today I am going to explain a little bit about water. People says that water is life. Water is a gift from Almighty God. It is abundantly and enormously available on our planet in liquid, solid and gaseous state. It is most essential part of life. Everybody knows that, and nobody can think about life without water. This thing already stated in our holy book of Quran, what God says that I have created all living things from water. Later on, scientists also made so many experiments and came to the conclusion that it is quite true that life came into being in water. Once I have read one book from Nalco. They have stated, and even they have shown the picture of one fossil of algae that was about 2 billion years old, and they say that probably this was the beginning of life. There was also a picture of that algae in that book that was taken by the electron microscope with 0.2 million times magnification. So, meaning to say, the water is the most essential part of life for almost all living species present on the earth, and for agriculture to grow food and fruits and so many things required for our daily life. Water also play a very important part in our environmental and physical conditions like formation and decaying the process of earth. When we study the properties of water, it seems such a strange and unique physical and chemical properties that scientists says that it is a miracle of nature, because water has so much unique type of properties which we even do not observe or do not see in any other substance or in any other solvents, you can say. The first thing you can say that water is, scientist says that it is a universal solvent. It means to say that that in water almost everything can be dissolved to some extent. Something dissolved very fast like salt, sugars and so many other chemicals and this and that. But there are so many things which seems like something like plastics or some other form of things, organic things, which may not be looking like being dissolved in water, but still some of the things, maybe you can say the parts per million or parts per billion, something are getting dissolved. That is why people or scientists says that this is a universal solvent. And one more thing I would like to emphasize here, that universally if we say that heat expand the size of almost everything, and when the things are cooled down, the size is being reduced. But in water, the same universal fact follows, but at certain point, when when we are going to cool the water up to 4 degrees centigrade, the water size is contracting, is reducing. But when it goes below 4, it becomes, when it is going to be freeze, the size is increasing. And you know what a strange thing, or you can say what a strange reason we can find in the water, that because of this freezing below 4 degrees centigrade, the size of the water increases, and that increased size of, actually it is the ice whose size is a little bit bigger than its weight. That is why, everybody knows that water float on the water surface. So if this property will not happen into the water, what will happen? The water, when it freezes, goes down below into the bottom of the seas, and nobody can melt it again. You see, that is why the water, when goes below 4 degrees centigrade, is freezes and float on the surface of the water. So this is a very peculiar property, which almost, I don't think there is any other solvent which have such a unique property. Okay, then maybe next time I will discuss about some other properties of water. So okay, bye.